In this video, we're going to talk about the truth behind Coinbase listing PEPE, and we're going to discuss why it's such a mistake that Coinbase has not listed PEPE yet. When we took a look at PEPE so far, you can see we just fell barely below the $600 million market cap threshold, right now sitting at $594 million. Volume over the past 24 hours sitting at about $200 million, so still very strong. It is down quite a bit from where we saw it peak out close to $2 billion volume. Right now we're about 10% of that, but this volume still puts PEPE as a top 20 cryptocurrency in terms of volume traded over the past 24 hours. Now, Coinbase had this countdown that we need to talk about. They had this countdown where they ended up going 3, 2, 1. And then the one, what they announced was this Coinbase 1, where essentially you could be trading on the Coinbase platform, some special offer that they're putting together. Essentially be able to trade, you'd be able to do no fees, it was a monthly subscription, there were these other benefits that be provided, but a lot of people were expecting that this was going to be an announcement of them listing PEPE. If we go ahead and look at these different countdown ones, so we just scroll through some of these replies. We did this the other day, but I'm just going to do this real quick to highlight this. A ton of these replies are about PEPE. So people are thinking, oh, Coinbase is going to list PEPE in 3 days because they're doing this countdown. Instead, they announced this, which if you look at the comments on this one as well, people are like, what the heck? Where's this PEPE stuff? You're supposed to be listing PEPE. People are very upset that they did not list PEPE. Instead, they announced this other subscription service and hyped that up instead. Now, before we talk about why this is such a mistake on Coinbase's perspective and why Coinbase is hurting themselves so bad without listing PEPE, we need to talk about what's happening to PEPE right now. Now, PEPE has been on a slow downward trend the past couple of days. I believe this is about 6 days now. And you guys can see this trend. We end up getting some good news, some Elon Musk tweets. We saw PEPE peak up in this level right here. But then since then, we have been on this slow downward decline with a lot of consolidation, which is probably good. Because if we zoom out, we look at when we peaked at the all-time highs here, you can see the volatility was way higher. The swings were much bigger. Whereas in comparison right now, these swings are so small. You can barely even see a difference in the line. It almost looks like a very low angle decline, which is good to see. As long as we can stay above this major support level, I think that's going to be really important for us. And that support level right now is about the 1.4 level. And then if we can go above, let's say about this 2.1 level, we can see PEPE go back up towards all-time highs, in my opinion. So we're kind of in this critical trend area where if we start going down, it's going to be pretty rough. We're going to fall down pretty hard. And if we can go up, we could actually see some explosive growth. So we're going to have to see what happens for PEPE. But if we go down to another resistance level, we're going to be going down about 40%, as you can see behind me. If we can break through, we could be looking at 100% gains, or basically a 2x for PEPE. Now let's talk about why this hurts Coinbase so much to not be supporting the PEPE community. You can see Coinbase stock right now down about 5% on the day, which when we compare that to some other big tech stocks in the similar sector like Robinhood, Robinhood's only down 1.5%. Robinhood's pretty much the closest comparison that we can get to Coinbase. Robinhood's only down about 1.5% on the day, whereas Coinbase is down over 5% on the day. And even when we look at the indexes, they're down less than 1% on the day. So the fact that Coinbase is down 5% really goes to show, in my opinion, that people are not really happy about the subscription service announcement. And I think, in my opinion, people would have preferred to see PEPE being listed because we had this whole delete Coinbase movement that actually dropped the Coinbase stock a few percentage. And so off of this news of Coinbase not listing PEPE, I think there's a connection here where PEPE community is helping push down the Coinbase stock, which in terms of market cap value, as you can see, they're about they were probably about 13.5 billion. They lost a few $100 million of market cap value because they didn't support the PEPE community. This is actively hurting them and their shareholders and the value of their payouts. Now, there is something good that comes out of this Coinbase announcement, believe it or not here, guys. But before we talk about that, make sure you subscribe down below, hit the notification bell so you don't miss more videos like this. Now, the good thing that comes out of this, of course, the best case scenario would have been that they list PEPE. The next best thing for us, or where we could see some good news that comes out of this, is that by them adding the subscription service, potentially it goes to really emphasize the fact that Coinbase is not wanting to leave the US and UK. They're wanting to figure out regulations. You guys can see Coinbase is launching Coinbase 1 in 35 countries, including the US and the UK. And the first batch of countries include Germany and Ireland. Now, this is really important because the US and the UK have such strong regulations on cryptocurrency. And what we're seeing happen right now is different exchanges are shutting down. We're having basically every month there's an exchange that's fairly decent size that is shutting down because of regulation. The fact that Coinbase is pushing this thing out in the US and the UK, and they're doing all this stuff with trying to sue the SEC, that all these actions by Coinbase is going to reinforce the fact that Coinbase is here to stay. They're trying to stay within the crypto space and trying to comply with regulation and figure out how they can make that happen. That's a good thing in my opinion, because that's going to open up this opportunity for a lot of institutional buyers to get into cryptocurrency. You might be wondering, how does that benefit Pepe? Well, once eventually Coinbase does list Pepe, because again, Coinbase stock is literally declining because they're not listing Pepe. It's not like they're just dealing with a couple people who are upset on Twitter doing hashtag delete Coinbase. It's not just a little small movement. This is 100,000 plus people, or there was 100,000 plus tweets about hashtag delete Coinbase. And so this movement cannot really be ignored. This is taking a significant impact on the Coinbase stock. And so I don't see a way where Coinbase doesn't eventually have to concede and have to list Pepe, which then will be able to benefit from the fact that they're opening up this opportunity for institutional buyers to get involved with Pepe. And so while this is not really great news, it's not what we wanted to see. We wanted to see an announcement of them listing Pepe. That's what we thought this 321 was going to be. We were really hyped about that. And so while we're disappointed as to what's happening here, I think it's good to look towards the future and see how can this be used as a good scenario for the Pepe community. We need to still push for Coinbase to list Pepe, because then we can capitalize on the opportunities that this opens up. Another opportunity that we could capitalize on right now potentially would be today's sponsor, Kingdom of Kek, God of Memes. Now, Kingdom of Kek is playing on a lot of lore. They have a lot of really interesting lore that you guys should come in here and read about, but essentially they're trying to play off the lore about Kek being one of the gods of memes, basically a founder of memes. And they're doing a lot of really interesting things. First of all, tokenomics, somewhat similar to some other cryptocurrencies, but they're using their unique spin. Their total supply, they're doing 77777 instead of like the 42069 that a lot of other meme coins are doing. They're also trying to add some utility in terms of a 7,777 collection of NFTs that's going to have governance and all these other great features that you guys should totally go ahead and check out. And they're also adding a bunch of different gambling mechanics to try and get some utility for their cryptocurrency, when a lot of other meme coins, they're just simply meme coins. There's not any utility behind it. It's simply based on the hype. Whereas Kek, they're implementing this jackpot feature. They're looking to add in some other gambling features as well in the future to really add some utility to their cryptocurrency. So I think this is cryptocurrency, of course, as always, do your own research and due diligence before investing in anything. But I think this is something that is worth at least researching and see if there's something that you want to be involved in. I'll have the links in the description down below to their Twitter account and their website, so you guys can check this project out and see if this is something that you want to get involved in. And if you want to learn about some of the other projects that I think have tons of potential, check out this video up here, and I'll catch you on the next one.